Good morning, student. So we will start next lecture and I will cover some problem in this. So here I will take example number 13.14. Okay, 13.13 you can solve easily. Okay, delta E is given and two speeds are given and he is asking at a particular speed. He is asking to find out kinetic energy. Okay, so kinetic energy formula, from this formula you will get I value. Okay, and this I value you can use here, and at this speed you can calculate kinetic energy. So it's easy, no need to cover. I will take next example, which is 13.14. Okay, so now understand what the problem says. A double acting steam engine develops 56 kilowatt of power. Okay, so 56 kilowatt, whereas here it is 24 kilojoule. Okay, so here he is giving work done, but here it is power, joule per second, that is kilojoule per second will give you kilowatt. Okay, so it is energy or work done per second, or we will say work done per second, okay, of power at this rpm, and it is double acting steam engine. Okay, so the maximum and minimum speed do not vary more than 1% of the mean speed. Okay, this is also very important point. You will understand in solution how he is dealing with this. And the excess energy is 0.3 or 30% of the indicated work per stroke. Okay, now he is saying that work per stroke, but here it is work done per second given. Okay, so determine the mass of the flywheel if the radius of gyration of the flywheel is this. Okay, 500 mm or 0.5 meter. So first work done per second is given, not work done is given. Okay, so here exactly it is work done, because Newton into meter is joule. Okay, so Newton into meter means F into delta x, which is nothing but work, but here it is work done per second, that is power. Okay, so 56,000 watt, 56 kilowatt, 56,000 watt. Okay, but per second, so exactly he should write joule, 56,000 joule, because per second he is writing here. Okay, so joule per second is nothing but watt. Okay, so exactly it should be joule. So joule is Newton into meter. So 56,000 Newton into meter work done per second. Okay, now we should know how much stroke a double acting engine will complete in 1 minute. So if you remember, because this is double acting, yani both stroke, if I say from inner dead center to ODE, ODC and ODC to IDC. Okay, so both stroke are working stroke. Okay, so to explain this I will go back and I will explain you. Wait, so I have to go. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, here. So I want to see this diagram. Okay, so in double acting steam engine, what is the difference? So for example, this is the initial position. Okay, so in one revolution how much stroke will be there? For example, in four stroke engine, the story is different. But here, for example, the A position is here at IDC, and this crank takes 1 turn, means 1 revolution. Then how much stroke it will cover? So when this A is here, this B will be at extreme position this side. Okay, so and when after turning it comes here, it will come this side. So that is 1 stroke. Okay, and from here to here it will again go from this extreme position to this extreme position. So in one revolution we have two stroke. In one revolution we have two stroke and both are working stroke. That's why here problem number, yes. So in for a double acting engine, the number of working stroke per minute, how much stroke it will complete per minute. What was the speed? 210 revolution per minute. Okay, in 1 minute 210 revolution. Okay, so how much stroke in 1 minute? Because in 1 minute one revolution 2 stroke, so in 1 minute there will be 210 into 2 strokes. Here you have to find how strokes per minute. Okay, because see, to get that energy you have to calculate work done per stroke. Okay, so that's why you have to calculate how much stroke per minute it will complete. So 210 into 2, 420 stroke in 1 minute, because in 1 minute it's completing 210 revolution. Okay, 210 revolution, and in 1 revolution 2 stroke. So in 1 minute 420 strokes. Now work done per stroke, how we will calculate? We will calculate work done per stroke by this formula: work done per second divided by number of working stroke per second. Okay, so work done per second is 56,000 power, and the number of working stroke per second is, so in 1 minute 420 stroke. Okay, so per second 420 by 60. So you are getting work done per stroke 8,000 Newton into meter. 8,000 Newton into meter. So now from this you can get fluctuation of energy, because in problem it is given fluctuation of energy or the maximum the excess energy. Okay, so fluctuation of energy means how much excess energy it has, that is 0.3 times of indicated work per stroke. So per stroke work you got 8,000 Newton into meter. So now you can get fluctuation of energy. Now from here you can get mass by calculating I, because K is given. But before that we need K value also, means coefficient of fluctuation of speed. So coefficient of fluctuation of speed is maximum speed minus minimum speed by mean speed. Now he is saying that maximum speed and minimum speed vary maximum 1% of the mean speed. The maximum and minimum speed do not vary more than 1% of the mean speed. Okay, so maximum speed is, for example, 1.01. okay, and the minimum can be 1% variation, so 0.99 times of omega. So from here you are getting CS 0.02. please remember this, it is important. Okay, so 0.02. now once you get CS, you know the E is equal to I omega square CS. Okay, omega you know, mean speed. Then we have to calculate M, mass, and radius of gyration is given. Okay, this is for 210 rpm. From here you will get omega, this omega. Okay, 2 pi n by 60. So from there you will get mass 992 kg, mass of the flywheel. Okay, next problem is 13.15. the flywheel fitted to a steam engine has a mass of 800 kg. Its radius of gyration is 360 mm. Okay, K is given, mass is given, I you can calculate. The starting torque of the engine is this. Okay, this is a small problem, I will leave this. There is just a formula which you will need. Okay, which you know already. this is Newton's law of velocity in angular form, okay, so that you can easily do. I will cover this 13.16. It is good problem, okay. This we have covered this concept, but how to solve this problem we will see. The turning moment diagram of a petrol engine is drawn to a vertical scale of 1 mm, okay. 1 mm is equal to 500 Newton into meter. So y-axis is showing if 1 mm, the scale is 1 mm is equal to 500 Newton into meter torque, and a horizontal scale means x-axis is showing angle, so 1 mm is equal to 3 degree, okay. It's degree, not radian, but when you will calculate we will need in radian, so this scale you have to change. The turning moment diagram repeats itself after every half revolution of the crankshaft, okay. So it is means in, so the total angle, okay, is 180 degree because it is repeating after half revolution. One revolution 360 degree, so half revolution 180 degree. The areas above and below the mean torque line are 260. This is above, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, okay. This is the area above and below. The rotating parts have a mass of this, so mass is given, and radius of gyration is 2.1 meter. If the engine speed is 1600 rpm, determine the coefficient of fluctuation of speed. This is omega, this is mass, okay, and radius of gyration is given. So we will see this. From this you will draw a diagram. From this given data you will draw a diagram, so you can easily draw. For example, we have this diagram, and why we are drawing curve, okay, you can take any example, but because just you have to consider that positive area and negative area are given, okay. So for example, it start from here, so A, B, okay. So from initial area is positive area 260, okay, mm square. Why mm square? Because this axis is also in mm and this axis is also in mm now, okay, not in torque. You have to convert that unit, okay. So D scale or convert according to the final, we will see where we will convert. So for example, at A I am assuming, so by this you can draw, this is 260, this is 580, this is given all 80, then minus 380 plus 870, okay, and minus 250, and here your cycle completes, and it is pi because the total angle is cycle angle is given because it's repeating after every half revolution of the crank, so the angle turn will be, crank angle will be 180 degree only in radian pi. So for example, the flywheel energy at A is equal to capital E, okay. At B it will be E plus 260, at C it will be E plus 260 minus 580. In the same way, if we proceed at this point, this will be the energy. So at point G, energy is E plus 280 minus, okay, he is already solving, so you can carry on without doing this, okay. So plus 280 minus 580, like that also you can do, and but he has already solved. So at E is getting, again at G he is getting E. So here we got energy at G is equal to E, okay. So now among this we can see what is the maximum energy. E plus 260. At B the energy is maximum, which is E plus 260, and what is the minimum energy among all these? The minimum energy is at E, which is E minus 620, okay, 620. So what is the maximum fluctuation of energy? Maximum fluctuation of energy is maximum energy minus minimum energy, okay, maximum energy minus minimum energy. But please keep it in mind, it is not energy, you are calculating in terms of area now, okay. So we are calculating in terms of area. So E plus 260 minus E minus 620. The unit of this is not Newton into meter. Okay, we have to convert that into Newton into meter. That's why whatever you are getting here, which is exactly it will come E minus E plus minus E will get cancelled out, and finally we will get 880, but the unit of this is mm square. Okay, so mm square is, I can write 1 mm into 1 mm. Now this is 1 mm horizontal scale and into 1 mm vertical scale. So you have to descale it. So we know that 1 mm on horizontal scale is showing 3 degree, but we need in radian. So 3 into pi by 180. Okay, and 1 vertical scale, 1 mm on vertical scale represent 500 Newton into meter. So from here, now this will be the maximum fluctuation of energy, 23,038 Newton into meter. Okay, so this is very important. Once you get that energy, maximum minus minimum energy by this method, that energy will be not in the form of Newton into meter, or that will be not work done. You have to descale it. Okay, because that scale will be given here in the problem, or you have to find out somewhere. So somehow, so now this is your maximum fluctuation of energy. Now from this you can easily find out what will be the K, because omega is given here 1600 rpm, and so 2 pi n by 60. Okay, I is given, I will be is equal to mk square, so m is given and K is given 2.1 meter. So this will give you CS, or K means the maximum fluctuation of coefficient of fluctuation of speed, coefficient of fluctuation of speed. So this is very important problem, please do this. Okay, now in the similar way there are some problems, it is somewhat good problem.